Bienvenidos a una nueva edición de Aníbal Silveyra Show. Welcome to a new edition of... No, wait. Wait, I have to take off the music. Otherwise, they are gonna charge me for the royalties. Well, welcome to a new edition. This is your microphone. This is mine. So oh my God, what a production tonight. Welcome to a new edition of Aníbal SILVEYraInstaliveShow. My guest tonight, which I asked for a hand to Deanne Mencher. No, espera, wait, Deanne, wait, I forgot. These are the laughter. No, wait. I do have, look at this. I do have an applause. Oh my God. Because sometimes I tend to, like, you know, use the applause people and the laughter people.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I don't know why you guys are reacting yet. Wait, we didn't say any jokes yet, right? Oh my God, Deanne, I'm so proud of having you here. Wait, I put a wrong button. I'm so happy and proud of having you here. Welcome.
I am thrilled myself because you're a wonderful interviewer.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I think I'm going to put this closer to you. Perfect.
Okay.
There.
All right.
And, well, thank you for the compliment. I don't know if I am a good interviewer,
Well,
but
you're
at
getting
least...
better for sure.
Yeah, it's an exercise. It's a practice, you know.
Yeah.
I never thought of myself doing this. For example, now I have to tell the audience that if you want to know everything about Argentina in California, this is a magazine, the only magazine in Argentina, and it's called El Suplemento, www.elsuple.com, and you're going to find out a lot of things from Argentina if you want to buy empanadas or so. But tonight, we better talk about American Boy.
Okay.
Oh my God, Deanne, this is your novel.
Yes.
I can't believe it. I'm going to start reading, because you know, guys, that we are always trying to entertain you a little bit, and we are trying to take you out of the reality now, because if you turn on the TV and all the news, it's depressing. So listen to this. Deanne Mencher is a teacher, writer, actor, and baker who resides in Los Angeles. American Boy began in a creative writing class in 1966 and ended up as a novel in 2021. Voy a traducir esto para quienes están amablemente acompañándonos en español. Mi amiga Deanne Mencher es maestra, escritora, actriz y pastelera, quien reside en Los Ángeles. American Boy fue un trabajo creativo que comenzó en una clase de escritores de escritura normal en 1966 y terminó siendo una novela en el 2021. Wow, Deanne, from 1966?
Yes.
Tell us about...
It was a 10-page story that was very well received in my creative writing class at LACC. It was extraordinarily received, and compared to the writings of Tolstoy. And it was basically just about the sad event of the suicide in the book. And then I decided that it should be enlarged, and I knew this whole group of boys who knew My American Boy, and I wanted them to be in it, and I wanted the background of Los Angeles in the 30s, 40s, and on to be part of the book.
And for me, I remember when I was reading the book, one of the things that it really took my attention is that I was listening to, I don't know, I was listening voices in my head, and I was listening your voice and certain characters. But at the same time, as you are telling me, all the environment of the city, the era, all the people who inhabited in those years, they were another character in the book as well.
Well, that's a great way of looking at it. Yeah, people seem to, the things that I find thrilling that I wrote in the book, no one has ever Mencher.
No way.
People remark about the incredible regional details of Haight-Ashbury and the time,
Right.
and I think I did cover that well, but for me it was all these small moments that I wrote, kind of important things kind of peeking out, and were you going to get it?
Right.
And no one has said, yeah, I got it. Like the literary stuff.
Yes, I know. Because sometimes the audience, the real readers, or maybe people like me, maybe common people, they don't go into such a detailed thing in a novel, right?
Right.
You have to
I
read it
guess.
maybe a couple times.
Yeah.
Because it gives, it calls for a couple readings. It's not just only one reading. I want to say something to the audience. Chicos, por aquellos que están escuchándonos en este momento, bueno, tómenlo como una clase de inglés. ¿Puedes? Can you do it?
Yeah, I'm going to have a little wine.
You want me
I
to help you?
The teachers out there don't.
Y les quiero contar que si tienen acceso, por ejemplo, al Kindle, pueden agarrar la novela American Boy y la puedes leer en inglés. Está súper... te enseña un montón de inglés. De paso, te digo, si no leíste nunca en inglés, está bueno el ejercicio. If you never read in English, well, I'm talking to the Spanish-speaker audience, right? It's a great exercise for you, even to learn some of, the normal way of telling things that people from the place, the local people use. Pero yo quiero decirle a la audiencia algo también, but I want to tell the audience something. Deanne, if you don't mind. Quiero decirles, because I don't like to interrupt you, because it's very nice listening to you. Pero
I must say that when you talk about my voice, the voice of the characters, a few people have remarked that they hear my voice. They hear the real me in there, interviewing and asking questions and musing and mulling things over.
Yes, and also perhaps when you describe, there's a narrator. It's not really literally. It's not a narrator that tells, and now the things that are going to happen. But sometimes you describe the place, the environment, with such a vivid, I should say, passion, a picture.
Yeah.
That is when I listen your voice, when you're saying, and this boy... because now or whatever. I love the character of the psychologist. I love that character and how she interacts and how she, you should read the book, but most of all
I have to say, a psychotherapist who read it told me last week that my book was transformative and that if she had not read it, she would not have been able to have a very special conversation with her love partner.
Wow. See how
And that was just so touching.
I know. Because you change...
That's beautiful.
It's something that you touch people inside. And it makes... Well, I remember when I was, a teenager, and when I started reading all my books, I was reading like one book every 2 weeks. And it was a very, I should say, probably intense reader at that time. Then I lost my ability when I started losing my eyesight. When I needed to wear my reading glasses is when I started to not read anymore. And then we have all this stuff, right? And we lean on like telephones. Do you want me to put it on the table?
Please.
I know that the setting is not comfortable for us, but it's comfortable for the audience. But if you go to IMDb, chicos, si van a IMDb y quieren saber acerca de Deanne Mencher, ella es una actriz de Hollywood. She's a Hollywood actress. Y mira lo que dice Deanne Mencher acá. Es una actriz conocida por Frankenstein's great aunt Tilly.
Oh, that's it. I knew he had an aunt.
That's the name of the movie,
I think I was Tilly, but it was so many years ago.
It was Tilly.
I can't remember. And it was the weirdest low-budget film in Mexico City at the famous, I think they're called Chapultepec Studios on the Reforma in Mexico City. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I don't think anyone did. And this guy thought he was a really great writer. I have to tell you, may I tell a terrible story?
Of course.
So my brother and this guy made a movie that was about this weird wrestler. It was like Heavy Harry or something. And they were so proud of this movie, and I got them a theater to show it in here in LA, and got some people who distributed and whatever.
Oh, nice.
I had not seen it. So we go to the screening, and I'm like,
no.
oh my God, but okay. Then my brother asked me to, I'm making a big confession here.
Oh my God.
My brother asked
Exclusive
me
confession.
to save all the reels here in the States so they would have them. And I lived in this apartment on Beechwood Drive in Hollywood. And
Beautiful street.
the steps,
What a beautiful street.
beautiful street. And there was a door under the steps, and there was this private space. So I put all the reels in there. And then I moved. And then my brother asked me for
Where are
the film. Horrible, horrible. I had to confess
But you
that.
forgot.
Yep,
Absolute.
and somebody took it, I guess. And somebody emptied out.
Because you went
that
back.
I went back, and they emptied everything out.
If you permit me, so
I mean, the fact that my brother even spoke to me after that.
wow.
What a horrible.
My God.
The whole film was gone.
Oh my God. Voy a traducir esto. I have to translate.
You have
this.
to, yes.
Pero lo voy a hacer bien compacto. Su hermano, distribuidor de películas también hace muchos años, trae una película, ¿verdad? En la que ella ni siquiera la ve, pero le ayuda al hermano a que la película llegue a Hollywood. Llega la película, la estrenan en un cine y resulta que ella no la había visto. Cuando empieza la película le parece que la película es espantosa. Entonces, bueno, nunca comenta nada de eso, ¿no? Con el hermano ni la gente, pero el hermano le dice, guardala, por favor, por si la tenemos que empezar a distribuir. Entonces ella, en ese momento vivía en Beechwood, que es una calle preciosa, en la que a lo mejor alguno la conoce, es la calle que se ve el cartel de Hollywood, right? The Hollywood sign is on Beechwood Boulevard, or Street, I think it's Street.
Beautiful.
Y lo pudiste haber visto, por ejemplo, en películas como That's Entertainment. Estoy seguro que ahí viste la calle esa, Beechwood. Y bueno, espectacular la anécdota. The Immoral Dr. Dicker, Law and Order. Those are one of the titles that you aren't in. Law and Order.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tell us an anecdote about Law and
It
Order.
was,
Something that
shot,
you remember.
It was, well, you know, it's about connections, to be honest.
Right.
And I ran into a friend who knew my work in New York, across from Lincoln Center, and he goes, how long are you going to be here? I just wrote a show, and there's probably a part for you.
Oh.
And I was teaching, because I was a teacher, and I had to get back to teach.
Right.
But he said, you've got to stay so you can audition. So I did audition, and it turned out that one of the people, the executive producer, was a man I had auditioned for a play at Kennedy Center 20 years earlier.
Wow.
And he had said to me, we're going to work together someday. And so there he was. And I had so much bravado that day, probably because I was out of LA. And as I was leaving, I said, so when am I going to find out if I get that part? And they went, you got it.
You got it, yeah. But they didn't tell you. Yes, you got the part.
And I got the part, and then I had to fly back to LA and have my class covered. I think I did a little bit of fibbing. And I went back to New York and shot the Law and Order, which was called Gun Show. And it's still very popular because it's about buying guns at gun shows.
Well, right now it's
Yeah, and so I
it's
keep
hard.
getting, $5 residuals, and I can buy, a $15 bottle of wine.
Celebrating for the residuals.
Celebrating the residuals.
Les digo, qué lindo es recibir los residuales
So,
de una telenovela, de una serie tan importante como esta, ¿no? Law and Order, ella tuvo la suerte de filmarlo cuando estuvo viajando en New York, entonces los contactos, como dice, siempre son importantes. La invitan a audicionar, el autor resultó ser un conocido de ella de hacía muchos años porque ella había audicionado para una obra de teatro. Resulta que tenía que volver a Los Ángeles a enseñar en su escuela con sus alumnos porque era maestra de escuela. Y el autor le dice, bueno, mira, siempre vas a poder encontrar una excusa de que te pongan una maestra sustituta por un par de días y te quedas a filmar. Bueno, larga historia corta, lo filmó. Y dice que después de audicionar, porque en realidad audicionó, nunca le habían dicho, bueno, la parte es tuya, te lo ganaste, ya está, te vas a quedar a filmar. Entonces estaba, ¿cuándo me van a decir si me eligieron o no me eligieron? What a great
that was a long time ago, and there were 18 million viewers of that particular episode.
Can you believe it? The social network would have been existed in those times for you and me and a lot of people that because we are new for all these social networks, right?
Yeah.
I think that 18 million viewers in that TV show would have followed you at least 600,000 people that night.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deanne, I have the pleasure to get to know you from Theater West. You are a member of that company, Theater. Ella es una miembro de la compañía de teatro Theater West, which is one of the longest.
The longest.
The longest, isn't it? The longest one?
Yeah.
Wow. Almost 50 years
Yeah,
already?
more. 1962, I think.
Well, I'm 1962 and I'm 60 years old.
Oh, yes, so it's 60.
60 years since Theater West exists. What a great pleasure. You did a lot of shows there.
We sang together.
Yes, on Wednesday nights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
then we've done.
You were one of my best supporters.
And you're one of my best friends.
Yes, that's true.
You are, and I learn a lot from you, and not just because I feel that you are like. Sometimes when there's a gap of difference in our age, sometimes you go like, well, she's a mother figure now. You're not a mother figure for me at all.
Yeah, well...
You are my friend, my equal.
Yeah.
I feel like we are peers,
Right.
And the fact that you also are a very intellectual person, yeah, you are. Because I learned from you a lot of things that I've never... I don't know how to explain. Probably it's my education.
Well, it's probably opening your vistas.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a gift I have, that I like to impart to people. I think it's very much an integral characteristic of my personality.
Right.
Like I was born with that.
Exactly. Sometimes
wanting to spread knowledge.
And sometimes I laugh about you having friends that they are not teenagers, but they are very young.
In their 20s.
In their 20s.
And they want to come over and have dinner with me. When can we have dinner?
And make movies with you.
And make movies with me, or just visit, or have dinner. I have one. They're mostly going on to their 30s now. But yes, I sometimes wonder about that, and I have to leave it alone because I'm so blessed.
I know, you are.
I am.
Yes, you are, you are. And then you are open to learning. For example, if we talked about social networks, all these young friends of you, they teach you how to use certain things and stuff.
It's
like
true.
We had an experience together during the Tango Singer, during the pandemic.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
This is a play about Carlos Gardel, one of the, I should say, main tango singer from 1930s. And you were superb. But it's for me, it's still a play that is still in development, right?
Yeah, but it's a wonderful story.
It's a wonderful story. I want you to tell me and tell them how hard for you was it to do it on Zoom, live on Zoom.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't happy with the focus of my eyes because you have all these people that you're talking to on Zoom and you're not quite sure where to look.
Right.
And I think that is the hardest part, to make it look like you are looking directly at that person, but you're not. You're looking at a picture on Zoom.
It's so
and it
weird.
was, you know, because I cannot believe that I've advanced to where I am with technology, because years ago, about maybe 20 years ago now, my brother's like, get email. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
What for?
He's like, get email. No, I'm like, I don't want it. It's too complicated.
Oh my God, Deanne, I'm so proud of your knowledge about all this new stuff on internet, because now, before we begin this, she calls interview, I call this like an informal and distended, relaxed conversation between friends. Thank you, my dear. But it's true, before we started, you were asking me if I received an email, and I would like to mention that email and to mention about that, so people can go and subscribe and they can get your letters. I think I don't have it here.
These young people today.
Oh my God, oh my God. Well, but listen,
You'll find it.
I will
Take a deep breath.
No, what I have I can read now.
Yes.
Deanne Mencher is right. You are gonna subscribe to a webpage that is called Substack.com. SUBSTACK.com. So I received one first thing that it says, as today, I am publishing pieces I've written over the years through Substack.com. It will be in your email every Friday. You can join by searching for Deanne Mencher. D as in David. E. A as in apple. N. E as an elephant. Separated. Mencher. M-A-M-E-N-C-H-E-R. Qué difícil para mí este idioma. What a difficult language. Oh my God.
And wait, and you didn't finish.
No, I didn't finish. Wait, espérate. Ay, lo perdí. Acá está. I didn't finish, but it says, you can join by searching for Deanne Mencher on the site and subscribe or enter
Deanne Mencher at Substack.com.
Wait, instead of at, it's this.
It's a dash.
Deanne
Mencher dash Substack, SUBSTACK.com, and I will appear. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And I'm going to publish some stuff every week, every Friday. It's a commitment. And a lot of this is stuff that I have written over the years. So I hope you will enjoy. And if you're learning English, it's a very good place to practice reading.
Great.
And some will be poems.
I know that there are certain things that we shouldn't talk about because, you know, we have a long friendship now that I can feel that we are really friends. But I would like to share with the audience, if you don't mind, about your Hollywood friends.
Yeah.
If we can talk about it.
A little
if you
bit.
like.
Oh, by the way, I'm finishing my memoir.
Oh,
and there's a lot of Hollywood stories. A lot of Hollywood stories.
Oh, so this is probably a spoiling.
And my whole family history before I was born, and how I came to be born, and what happened afterward. And, you know, I sleep in a bed that I was born in.
Oh, my God.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the bed. I was born in
You never
that
told
bed.
me that.
Yeah, I know, it's
My
weird.
God.
It's weird.
It's a beautiful, it's not weird, you know? It's a beautiful bed. Okay, if I think about you were married once,
Yes.
I know, many years ago.
I was married to a very prominent makeup artist who was Orson Welles' personal makeup artist, as well as the head of RKO Makeup for a number of years.
Let's drink to that. I mean, to your, because you divorced that guy,
Yeah,
right?
well, yes.
Let's drink to your divorce.
He was a pathological genius.
Oh my God, yes, a genius. That's a great way
pathological
to
liar genius. And one of the things that always sticks with me is that when I was in therapy, and I was a lot in therapy, I would say makeup. Think of the variety of meanings of makeup. You can put makeup on. You can make up stories.
Right.
You can have a fight and make up.
Wow.
So there are so many different shadings of and meanings of that word.
And takes of
and
that
I
word.
think it's amazing that he was a makeup artist in every sense of
the word. Oh my dear, I have to translate that. Diane estuvo casada una sola vez, hace muchísimos años, y brindamos por el divorcio, más que por el casamiento, porque ella dice que él era así, digamos, un mentiroso empedernido de una manera tal que era un genio. Y a la vez era el maquillador artístico de Orson Welles, sobre todo en la película tan famosa Citizen Kane, right? It was his makeup.
Yes.
He was a makeup artist for Citizen Kane. Imagínate, fue el maquillador de Citizen Kane, nada menos de esa película, ¿no? Pero a la vez era un gran mentiroso. Entonces Diane nos cuenta eso, ¿no? Que de alguna manera él tenía una gran personalidad, pero inventaba cosas. Y bueno, una de las cosas que yo sé que le han inventado eran, por ejemplo, las lentes de contacto. Because one of the things about the lenses, right? The contact lenses, right? I was just telling the audience, just to introduce them. Y para poder ponerlos a ustedes también dentro de esta conversación en inglés. Que bueno, hoy me toca una pero igual vos hablas español. Tú hablas español.
Yes, some.
Algo.
Algunas.
Bastante.
Pero muchos años pasados me estudió mucho español, y cuando visitar en Perú, mi hermano insistir no sin inglés. No inglés. It's a great insult to the people if you speak English.
Wow, en Perú.
Yeah.
Mirá vos.
O
sea que
I try.
Todo español.
Mucho esfuerzo.
Sí. I know that you love art, and you have a very great taste about art.
Thank you.
And you have pieces in your house that they are beautiful, and I love all the, I should say, not the core, but it's your personality is in your house as well. Is it difficult to make a cheesecake?
Is it difficult? Well, I've been making cheesecakes for downtown.
So you want me to hold it, the glass of one? You want me to hold it for you?
Thank you.
I put it in.
For 56 years.
Oh my God.
And by now, I have it pretty efficiently arranged. The most important thing is that I have all the ingredients next to me, and all the paraphernalia, the pans. Sometimes I pretend that I'm a hired person doing these different tasks.
Oh, yes.
And it helps me. So I get into how fast can I do it? Like, can I make these crusts in 30 minutes or 29 minutes?
See how many crusts can I make in an
exactly.
hour? Yeah, because you're an entrepreneur. That is to be an entrepreneur. That's to be a producer, somebody who is not waiting for things to happen. Ella hace los cheesecakes de un lugar exclusivo. Esto es this is West Hollywood, pero está en el border with Beverly Hills, right?
Oh, we have to tell them.
Sí,
It's a legendary restaurant.
Riquísimo y legendario porque van un montón de figuras de cine.
If you come to LA, you have to go there, but make sure you have some money.
Sí, es caro, tenemos que asegurarnos de que hay dinero. Gracias a todos los que nos están viendo. Thank you to all the audience. You know that they are writing me. I do have I didn't tell you this. She is a very producer, because she has a mind like a producer, right? Lo que nos está diciendo es que ella hace cheesecakes en Dantana, que es un lugar súper exclusivo, cerca de Beverly Hills, en la puntita. Está en el límite de West Hollywood y Beverly Hills. Es un lugar donde van muchas figuras de cine. Y ella hace 56 años, que es la que hace los cheesecakes de todos sabores, in all flavors, and all the cheesecakes that you can imagine. I was one of the recipients of your. Remember, it was my birthday gift.
Yes, and it's a new one that people are nuts about. Bailey's Irish Cream Mocha.
My God, Bailey's Irish Cream Mocha. Ooh, cheesecake.
Yeah.
Y dulce de leche, también hace cheesecake. Y también Kahlua cheesecake. Oh my God. But the chocolate cheesecake.
It's the best.
And the lemon. We never know which one to order when we go.
You know, I have to tell you, the other day I was working on my memoir, and I remembered in what year was it, 65, the cheesecakes were $3 a slice, and now they're 12. So you know what? In terms of relativity, you're still getting a hell of a bargain.
Bueno, eso lo tengo que traducir. I have to translate that because we are living under now an inflation worldwide. Y en Argentina hay una inflación de locos. You know that in Argentina there's a crazy hyperinflation right now. Y mira lo que dice ella. En 1965.
Gone up 4 times. Four times.
Qué bárbaro.
Most stuff has gone up 10 times.
I know.
So
fíjate,
you gotta buy this cake. Wherever you are.
Una porción de la cheesecake que ella hacía en 1965 costaba $3.50. A big porción, ¿eh? 3.50. Hoy, después de 56 años, la porción cuesta $12. Es decir, de 3.50 a 12 en 56 años, no hay tampoco tanta diferencia, because $12 now, I think is almost like less expensive than $3 in 1965, right?
So. I think so.
I think that's so.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have so much fun when we go there to Dantanas, because they treat you like royalty. You're the queen there.
Yes.
Si vieran cómo la tratan en Dantana.
I hesitate to bring politics into this, but I have to tell you one of my favorite sayings is that going to Dantana's for me is like Donald Trump going to one of his rallies.
Es verdad, odio hablar de política acá, pero para mí era ese restaurante Dantana's, como ella es tan conocida en el restaurante que cuando entra le rinden pleitesía. Dios, everybody comes around her. Entonces ella siente que es como Donald Trump cuando va a uno de sus rallies, viste, de los de actos de campaña. Diane, tell me something. Can we talk about maybe 2 of your celebrity friends, like? Well, one of them, Millie, yeah, of course, Millie Perkins and Jack Nicholson. Hablamos un poquito de Jack Nicholson y de Millie Perkins. Millie Perkins es Anne Frank. Y ustedes ya saben quién es Jack Nicholson.
Well, you know, I haven't seen Jack in many years.
No lo veo hace muchos años.
I am a friend of his former wife.
Y soy muy amiga también de su primera esposa.
Because Jack, Sandra, Millie and I were all, and Monty Hellman and a few other people you might recognize, but I forget their names.
I know.
We're all in an acting class.
Estábamos juntos en una clase de teatro.
Who was a former actor student.
Who Roman? What was his name?
It was a woman.
A woman.
Donna Drew Roman.
Donna Drew Roman. Mira qué buena esa clase.
And she taught in a studio on Melrose Avenue near Martel.
En Melrose, qué lindo.
Yeah. And maybe there were 12 of us.
Eran 12 en el grupo,
Yeah.
todos juntos.
And so, you know, I got to see Jack in the raw, not as people see him as a movie star, but like in back of the curtain. And in my book, you have to, I mean, eventually my memoir will be published, and I don't want to have to say everything I'm saying in my memoir.
Exactly.
But Jack, for me, was the least revealing person in the class.
Mirá,
And,
Jack Nicholson era la persona que menos mostraba su personalidad en la clase, era el que más estaba hermético.
And
con su
yet he
personalidad.
became the most famous person from the class.
Claro, y de la clase fue el que más famoso se convirtió. Lo que ella dice es que lo conoció desde el Vamos. Y por eso dice, I knew Jack Nicholson raw before he became the big movie star, antes de que él se convirtiera en la gran estrella del cine.
26 years old.
Tenía
when I met him.
26 años de edad tenía. Y we talked about Millie Parkinson. Qué
And
divina
Millie and I have
Qué
been
divina.
friends.
She's the bomb.
Millie was the star of The Diary of Anne Frank, and we became met. I think it was in 1958, and I think it was in an acting class. She keeps saying that, but it was actually when she was shooting The Diary of Anne Frank.
Pero cuando estaba filmando el diario de Ana Frank es cuando ellas estaban en una clase de teatro, pero ella dice que se encontraron un poquito antes, pero Millie dice que se encontraron antes en la clase de teatro, pero en realidad ella recuerda que estaba filmando Millie Perkins, Ana Frank.
And she was still married to Dean Stockwell, but was getting a divorce. And I was a good friend of Robert Blake, who is now kind of... So we were all close friends, because Sandra, she'll kill me if she hears this, but she was dating Robert before she dated Jack. She was actually very close.
¿Lo puedo
to Robert.
traducir?
Yes.
Should I translate this? Sí, claro. Yeah. You said that already.
And
Lo pongo en
so,
Spanish.
anyway...
Dale. Antes de que la novia de Jack Nicholson saliera con Jack Nicholson, salía con Robert Blake, porque eran todos amigos también. Entonces ella dice, yo sabía de ese romancito con Robert Blake, Sandra, pero si me escucha me mata, so we don't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Millie and I have maintained contact pretty well through these last 60 years. I don't know. It's hard to count. And I love her. I just... we've done some amazingly zany things together. Shopping, we used to go shopping and fall on the floor of the stores laughing getting all the shop girls, you know,
se mataban de la
seduced
risa.
by our personalities.
Se caían en la shopping mall cuando compraban y las chicas las
We were
seguían.
mischievous together.
Claro, juntas eran dinamita. eran la locura, mischievous, es mucho más que eso.
She was always eccentric.
Claro,
And
excéntrica,
she
¿no?
then
Sobre todo
married a wonderful man named Robert Tom, who was an intellectual and a writer. And
I wonder what time is it?
he was kind of a mentor to me, and because he loved my writing, which, you know, it took a long time for me to...
Deanne, is it true that your writing with this American Boy book began? Oh my God, my English. Began. Empezó. ¿Es verdad que este libro de American Boy empezó? How many years ago? How many years ago did you start with American?
1966.
Eso es lo que dice en el prólogo. That's what it says in the prologue, right, of the book.
But, you know, I had many talents, so I became a designer of beads.
Uy, sí.
And those beads were so hot. And that's all in my memoir, I know. I don't even know the name of my memoir yet. So, but I'll let you know.
That's a great title. I don't even know the name of my memoir yet. By Deanne Mencher, right? Well, tell us about those beads. Ella dice también que tiene multitalentos. You're a multi-talented woman. Almost a Renaissance kind of artist. casi del Renacimiento, porque también fue una creadora creativa y creadora de beads. Son los, vamos a decir, ¿vieron los collares que vos haces, las joyas?
Made of beans.
Bijute, wow.
They were bean
Eran
necklaces.
de porotos,
From
bueno, frijoles.
Italiano.
Oh my God, de alguien italiano.
Fave, Ceci, and Lupini.
Lupini! I know the Lupinis. My mom used to get Lupinis all the time. And you know that I visited my grandparents down in Italy, and they have Lupinis in every corner. No wonder. Lupinis are so famous. Lupinis. Qué gracioso con los Lupines. Hacía collares.
I
No te
bought
puedo
my
creer.
products at an Italian deli from big barrels.
Claro, of course, sí, en un viste de...
And
Sería
then
para nosotros una roticería italiana.
you know,
Deli, va.
I had a connection, so my pathological genius, Maurice, knew this guy who actually was the man who made all the chemical colors that, you know, like the bleach bottle that's pale blue, those are all Krieger, Krieger colors.
Krieger
and it was a
colors.
spray. And he knew Charlie Krieger.
Oh my God, that's a brand.
And yes. And so we went to Charlie, and Charlie gave me the actual base. And I went home and made it with alcohol, and it's a wonder that I didn't blow up the place. And
like cooking meth.
Yeah, exactly.
Bueno, voy a contar que ella estaba tiñendo todos los que eran frijoles, y vamos a decir, eran semillas de verdad, que ella las teñía con, y sobre todo como el pathológico, el mentiroso patológico del ex marido de ella, era amigo de Krieger, que era el dueño de esta marca de spray, de pintura en spray. ¿Vieron la famosa Krieger, la pintura en spray? Entonces dice que el dueño le dio los pigmentos de todos los colores para que ella pudiera usarlo con las semillas y hacer collares a partir de eso. Y dice, no sé cómo no exploté el lugar. Y le digo, parecía la de... What's the name of this miniseries? Remember that they were cooking? Me parecía como que estaba cocinando metadona. Better Call Saul is similar to that one. It was Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. Right. Deanne, decime una cosa. A ver, contame. Aún hoy seguís escribiendo. You're still writing today.
Yeah, I'm writing a lot. And my memoir.
Do you have this white page? ¿Cómo se dice? Miedo, scary white page syndrome of the writer, in where you start writing and you don't know what to write?
Well, mine is before that. I walk around and say, I've got to get in there and write. I got to get in there and write. I got to get in there and write. And that goes on for a few days.
Wow, so it's something that it pushes you from the inside.
Yeah, and then I go, you know, why aren't I motivated? That's what's going on?
And do you think that being a teacher also...
If I get my entire house clean and everything taken care of and the groceries are there and the cheesecakes are made, then I can write.
Wow. Deanne, porque at the same time you are making the cheesecakes, taking care of Cream. Let's talk about Cream, el perrito. Hablemos de Cream. She's a dog lover, y la verdad que Cream is such a...
My dog's had his 11th birthday on the 27th.
Ay, en el 27 cumplió 11 años el perrito Cream, que es un amor. He's a
the sweetest.
So sweet.
So generically.
But that takes a lot of work. Doesn't it take a lot of work to have a dog?
Oh, it does. I have to make his breakfast.
And of course. And you are cooking.
I cook his breakfast.
Yeah, I learned from you that, and my dogs now are eating, what I cook.
I make grilled chicken, broccoli, rice.
Can I go?
Sometimes I remember, Deanne, you should be eating this also instead of the chocolate.
You don't feed yourself what you're feeding the dog? No, you are not eating that.
No, but I'm thinking, wait a minute. That chicken's good enough for me.
Of course, it's even better because you don't put salt on it.
No, it's just
nothing. Yeah.
And so I make him, but he loves the crust of my cakes. So I sprinkle a little crust on the top.
Last time we've been together for a theater event. No, It was your birthday party, actually, that we all sang. Remember, you did sing,
Oh,
and we
that
had
was
so much
so special.
fun. It was so special. Not just only fun. It was touching. It was moving, inspiring. Your birthday and the place was so beautiful.
Yeah.
The food.
Yeah.
It's made all creative by this. He's almost an artist as well, right? The chef and the place.
Yeah. Well, my friend Manuel, right now, if you come to Hollywood, he's the general manager of a company called the Breakfast Club that's on Vine Street, very near Hollywood and Vine. And it's a very popular eatery. But he has a beautiful house with a beautiful garden, and he knows everything about catering, and he helped me make this exquisite birthday that is so memorable, and everybody came and loved it, and I paid for valet parking, which to me was a real milestone, because a lot of my friends are over 65.
Claro, cuando ya tus amigos son más grandes de 65.
I could not bear the thought of their not coming because they couldn't walk.
Claro, I know. En el cumpleaños de ella, dice, mis amigos ya son más grandes de 65 y lamentablemente el lugar fue espectacular. Si vos venís a Hollywood vas a encontrar este negocio de Manuel, que vas a poder encontrarlo en Vine, en Hollywood, que es una de las esquinas más clásicas de acá de Hollywood. Y además la casa de él fue el lugar en el que ella celebró su cumpleaños, donde todos cantamos karaoke night, y fue un lugar especial en las montañas de Hollywood, in the Hollywood Mountains, a very special place. El jardín, the garden, was so beautiful.
And your voice was exquisite.
Y la comida era deliciosa.
Great operatic singer.
Comida mexicana.
Well, you sing.
Sí, yo canté, claro, esa noche, ¿te acuerdas? Dice que yo tengo una voz de cantante de ópera. But today we are talking about you, not about me.
Well, okay. Next time.
I know, next time. You cook awesome. Besides that you bake all these beautiful cheesecakes, as I remember parties that you made at your house. Las fiestas en la casa de Deanne, primero que there's people from all over, all artists, actors, actresses, writers, directors, you name it. There's a lot
Cleaning
of
people. I'm a very inclusive person.
Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Some of your neighbors.
Neighbors.
Como Peter.
Yes.
¿No?
Yeah.
It's such a
landscape designer.
Sí, que he helped you designing your garden in front of your house, that it looks beautiful. Y Deanne vive en un lugar divino en Los Phillies.
And he takes my cakes to my car.
Ah, mira, te ayuda con los cheesecakes, te los lleva al auto. Claro, porque es difícil
I'm
a
at
veces.
an age where it's difficult to carry.
Claro, yo ya estoy en una edad en que es difícil de acarrear todas las tortas que le vendo a Dantana. ¿Se dan cuenta? ¿Se dan cuenta cómo ella tiene? No puedo decir la edad que tiene. I'm not gonna say her age. Pero podés imaginarte, y sigue trabajando. You know what I love about you? That you're an actress, you're a Hollywood actress, and you're a writer, and you're a singer, and I'm probably you're a dancer. But yes. Pero at the same time, you still are having a second job, like Paul Newman, when he does all this salad dressings, and you go to Ralph, the market, and you find out on the shelf, Paul Newman, Paul Newman, Paul Newman. Yeah. Siempre les digo a la audiencia,
not quite as successful.
Claro, no tan exitoso como Paul Newman.
Maybe someday.
But I always tell, my audience from Argentina, all my actors friends in Argentina, todos mis amigos actores, that if you're talented enough to have another gift on the side, and you can also produce your own stuff, podés vender lo que vos producís and sell it out there in the market, y venderlo ahí en el mercado, you're a genius, porque you are waiting for the good stuff, acting stuff, to come to your hands. No?
Yes. To my friends.
Claro.
Not to me.
Exacto, exacto. Deanne, now we are going to have dinner together. Nosotros nos vamos a ir a tomar, a comer ahora juntos. Déjenme ver qué es. Let me see what time is it. Pero quiero decirte algo.
It's what time?
No, it's 10 minutes to 4, so we have the last 10 minutes.
How
So we
terrific.
can go to
Yeah.
dinner at 4:30. Tenemos ya una mesa reservada a las 4:30. Gracias a todos los que están ahí del otro lado. Thank you to all the members of this beautiful audience. Y tengo que decir que entró, mira, I have to say that entró Jonathan Tavares, is another actor from Colombia. He lives here in
Are
Los
they
Angeles.
making comments?
No, because I was about to tell you, yo casi te digo, but then we changed the subject, después cambiamos el tema, que I have a production company on the ether. En el éter tengo una productora. Ostra Blanca, White Shell, Ostra Blanca,
Yeah.
is my producer company, my
Uh-huh.
production company.
Ah, okay.
Mentira. It's Alita Belolio and Fuji. They are on the other side now watching us. Alita Belolio y Fuji. They are taping and recording our interview. Están grabando y grabando esto para que después lo tengamos.
In
so
Argentina.
in Argentina. And they are now writing me on acá en
And
WhatsApp
what
y
did
me
it say?
dicen, Jonathan Tavares is online watching you guys. Say hi. Hola, Jonathan
Hi.
Tavares. Then it says, people from Italy are watching you. Tutta la gente della Italia, tanti grazie per
I love
guardarnos
Italy.
questa
My
vita.
favorite.
Italia es mi país. Y mira, ahí I can tell that
I've been
there's...
all over Italy and the department store in Milan,
Ay, Milan.
Renaissante. I could live there.
Ah, por supuesto. Vos podrías vivir en muchos lugares del mundo. You could live in a lot of parts of the world, around the world. Because if you visit Argentina right now, you want to live
Yeah,
there.
I
Si
know.
visitas
No, but
Argentina,
I'm saying
quieres
there's
quedarte.
a department store in Milan, right across from the
Sí.
Sangre, some beautiful
Yeah, it's a gallery, ¿no? Es como
cathedral.
Sí, el
And-
Domo.
and I
El Domo de
spent-
Milano. El Duomo
Yeah,
de Milano.
exactly.
Están
And
las
you can
galerías.
see this.
Malena, she knows. Malena knows the name of that gallery.
And so the department store is El Renaissante. And I spent at least 3 hours in the kitchen section because all the plates and tablecloths and all the settings for the guests were so exquisite. And I'm like, what am I going to buy? How much is it going to cost to have it shipped?
And then
And I
how
got
do
so
you
obsessed, I don't think I bought anything.
and then how do you take it to the U.S. Right?
Exactly.
How do because
Exactly.
it's a big thing to
But
buy.
what a magnificent
Cosas, ¿no?
store.
Qué lindo. ¿No te parece que te querés comprar todo cuando vas a un lugar afuera
Oh.
del exterior y después pensás, ¿dónde me lo meto en la valija? Eso es lo que nos está diciendo en realidad.
So
Está del
but
otro-
we have guests from Italy
Yes.
and where else?
Y
Where
mira,
are you
y
enjoying
sí,
this?
la embajada de
I have
México.
to know, are you
La embajada.
enjoying this?
Están disfrutando de este
Vittorio
libro.
Emanuele.
¿Cómo?
Vittorio Emanuele.
Vittorio Emanuele. The galleries are Vittorio Emanuele. There's a gallery that is next to the Duomo in Milan.
And they're
And inside that gallery is the department store that you are mentioning.
Yeah.
Vittorio Emanuele son las galerías. Malena is
They're
coming to
saying
tell us.
that-
Malena, she just opened the door, Malena.
Yeah.
And she just told me, es
They
Vittorio.
called?
No, Malena.
Yeah, I
here.
know.
No, look, the Embajada de Mexico, we have the Mexican embassy. Actually, is the...
I was in.
It's one of the consuls.
We already mentioned the film I made in Mexico.
Yeah.
I am a very, very.
She's the consul who's watching
Oh
you
well,
here.
I'm delighted. My brother Hamilton went to Mexico City College in 1949, and so we've been connected to Mexico. Maybe 48, and then he went to Santa Fe, and that's when I went to Santa
Is
Fe.
Hamilton the one who lived in Peru as well? No.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
your...
Yes,
Hamilton.
he
I
was.
never knew that he was Hamilton, his name.
Hamilton. Yeah.
Hamilton.
Yeah, my father was pretentious. He named him Alexandra Hamilton.
You could be Alexandra.
Alexandra Alejandro.
It is the son of... I rather don't say it. Do you like... yes, I know that you love live theater. You are a very, I should say, very often member of the audience going to see theater, and you have a delightful taste to choose place to go
Yeah.
to see. Which is the last play that you've seen on stage in LA?
I think Hades Town, which I
No,
adored.
no, you forgot. The
Okay.
day that you got COVID-19, we've seen together King... What was the name of the play? King James?
Yes.
King
That
James.
was that. You're right.
That was the play.
King James.
That we've seen together
Yes,
at the
it's true.
Mark
At the-
Taper Forum or
yes.
Amazon
No,
Theater?
it was at Mark Taper.
Mark Taper Forum.
King, yes.
King
and it
James.
was about, it incorporated LeBron James.
Correct.
And that was why it was called King James.
Yeah, we've seen many plays together.
We have many plays.
And now we are going to see the
I
Hollywood
love
Bowl.
going to the theater. It's very difficult. I'm very frustrated. Like, I want to go to the Hollywood Bowl.
Mhm.
I want to go to all these places.
Why is it difficult?
No, what is difficult is that I guess my friends either have limited taste or limited pocketbooks. And so it's very difficult to find
Someone.
friends to go with, and I suffer from that lack. And they'll tell me, oh, I went to see this or I went to see that at the bowl. And I'm thinking, why didn't you
Tell me.
tell me? Or but then what they saw, like a friend said to me yesterday, I've seen 2 things at the bowl, and that's basically enough for me for the summer.
Well,
And I do not think that
that
way.
enough will be ever for you, because enough...
Well, you look and you go, I like this. And it's the
Yeah.
environment. It's so lovely
Exactly.
being there.
Exactly.
And the thrill of being around people
People
who
and-
are enjoying what you're enjoying.
Well, particularly in the Hollywood Bowl, where
Yes.
you can also get your dinner, you can
Oh,
get your
it's
picnic
wonderful.
basket, and
It's-
you can go there and
it's
podés hacer...
fantastic.
tenemos que hablar del tango singer.
But,
Acá-
you know, I have a lot of friends who are real sticks in the mud.
Deanne,
Sticks in the mud.
tenemos 3 minutos. We have 3 minutes. We didn't talk about the tango singer.
Oh, yes.
John Lacey is watching us. Alicia Savio is watching
is?
us. John
Oh,
Lacey is watching us, and
oh.
Alicia Savio is watching us.
Oh,
Así
well,
que-
we have to say something beautiful.
Sí, in 3 minutes,
That
how
was
do we do?
exciting. And it was the first time I ever appeared on Zoom.
Ay, sí, qué difícil fue hacer
And
Zoom.
that reminds me, I have to put John on the mailing list for my
For
new
your Friday.
yeah, for Substack.com.
How do you see yourself in...
5 years,
Yes.
dead.
No, boluda.
Yes.
You are a boluda. Say that with me. No, boludo.
No.
Boludo means it's a bad word. But it's a bad word that we can use.
How
in-
do you see yourself? Well,
No, no seas huevona, boluda. How are you gonna see yourself there? Le pregunto, ¿cómo te ves de acá 5 años? Me dice muerta. Le digo, no seas boluda, pero qué manera de hablar es esa. Y me dice, caga de risa. Pero es
anyway,
verdad.
I'm delighted that John
Yeah.
and Alicia
Sí.
are viewing this. And hi, and I'm having a really good time.
Yeah, me too. I'm having a great time, and I appreciate that you say yes immediately to come here.
Yeah.
Una de las cosas que me gustó lo que ella estaba comentando recién, mira, a ella le encanta ir al teatro siempre, y le da sufrimiento que a veces no encuentra amigos que tengan las ganas de ir al teatro, que tengan el mismo gusto de ver las mismas obras, y segundo, que tengan la plata para ir al teatro acompañándola cada vez que ella quiere salir. Por eso ella es una insistidora de llamar a sus amigos y decirles, vamos al teatro, vamos a ver teatro, porque ver teatro es un evento tan lindo, ves a la gente, vas rodeada de amigos, ves gente a tu alrededor, claro, es muy
This is
interesante.
such an amazing setup. Anibal amuses me enormously.
Ay, gracias. Thank
Very
you so much.
talented man.
Well, you know
and
what she
I'm
says?
delighted to
Ella
be
dice,
there.
Aníbal todo el tiempo me sorprende. Amuses me es como hasta me divierte si se puede usar. And I love the way that in English we can use one word, because I go back to what you said before with this pathological makeup artist.
Yeah,
Quiero ir
but you-
antes a cómo usas una palabra, because in acting we say to play, which is also when we are
Many,
kids.
many
Many.
hues
¿No
of
es cierto?
play. That's
La
right.
acepción de una
Right.
palabra no se centra solo en un significado. En actuación nosotros en inglés decimos jugar, to play, a la vez que decir jugar. Hay muchos verbos en inglés, ella nos dijo hoy, que nos enseñó algo muy lindo.
Very similar.
que son similares, así como amuses me. Cuando ella me dice Aníbal amuses me because he is so creative, él me asombra ese día, me divierte y a la vez me impresiona porque creó este set, este lugar que parece, it looks like a TV set, no? It's mini, tiny one.
What?
This place around.
Yeah, well, it's just astonishing. What I want to know is where you get all your costumes.
My costumes from Amazon, $5. $5, $3, $3, $3 in Amazon. It is just a stupid wig. For example, I got this, and this was on sale for $4.25.
Oh my God, how would I look in this?
Oh my God, no. You're gonna get your hair all tangled and all like, messy. You look wonderful. Y ahora te ves hermosa y te vas a despeinar si te pones la peluca. Gracias a todos. Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you.
Gracias mil. Deanne Mencher.
Substack.com.
Exactamente.
You'll be so pleased with the writing.
You know what we can do? We can do a picture with the name of the thing, and then we post it on histories on Instagram, and people get to see you.
I put it on my American boy, because I haven't posted anything.
Vayan a comprar en Kindle, pueden agarrar.
We didn't even talk about American
No hablamos
Boy,
the
but it's
beginning
okay.
de un poco,
You
¿no?
got the book. I gave it to John. I'm sure he's read all the acknowledgments, and he's not there. American
Boy. Se ve al revés. You can see it like, she told me once, it's not upside down, it is reversed. Remember? That one day I showed your novel and you said, and I said, I'm sorry that it's upside down. And you told me, no se dice upside down, sería para abajo. Se dice, is in reverse. O sea, está en reverso. Because this camera now, it's the back camera, so it takes us in reverse. Mira esto, look at this, Deanne. ¿Ves? Acá yo puse Anibal SILVEYRA, but it's in reverse.
Of course.
Every
like
letter.
Looking in a mirror.
Exactamente, estamos viendo un espejo. Bueno, chao a todos. Bye, everyone. Deanne Mencher. Pido un aplauso grande para ella. Gracias. Espera, Deanne. Let me put the applause for you. And we go out with an applause. Gracias. I love you. Te quiero.
That was such fun.
Espera, voy a cortar.
Yeah.
Wait. Gracias a todos los que nos vieron. Chao, chicos. Lo voy a poner. Me encantó. Ahí atrás está mío. Mira. Deanne Mencher. Gracias, chicos, a todos. Chao.